Hi, welcome back to Raunchy Reality Recaps. Today we're going over Life After Lockup, the new season with Shawn and Sara. Now, Shawn was on the show twice before with Love After Lockup. Once with Destiny the first time, which was the basket case. Crazy woman that basically took his car and hauled butt back to her home state. And then he found her from, I think, her paying for a pizza with his card. And then he went down there, tried to get his car back, all that, and get her to make sure she was going to jail so he could get his bond money back. So anyways, he spent a whole bunch of money on her, wasted all that money. She screwed him over like everybody knew she was going to. And then he ends up meeting another person, another woman, Sara, that was also locked up in Ohio. Apparently he was talking to her while he was first talking to Destiny, quit talking to her once Destiny got out, and then once Destiny went back in or whatever, he started talking to Sara again. So Sara got out of prison. First day, she didn't really want to have anything to do with him. And then a couple weeks go by, they start talking again, or she starts, going and making time for him. And anyways, they get together. She gets pregnant. He proposes. They get married. And of course, Kelly, his ex-wife, which he has, 6 kids by, which he doesn't like to tell the people that he's dating how many kids he actually has and how actually old he is. Remember that. So they, anyways, end up getting together. And now we're right here where they had the baby. Shawn's down playing video games while she's upstairs getting, nice and everything, putting the baby down. She got the lingerie on and even got her mom to put up a sex swing, which is, again, really odd. Shawn also said it was weird as well. So, I mean, at least he has enough sense to think that was weird. So she calls Shawn from downstairs playing video games with his son. He's like, what? So he finally ends up walking up there like an upset teenager. And she sits there and says, hey, kids are down. Let's take some you and me time. And he basically is like, oh, well, I'm playing Xbox with my son. I want to spend time with him. I want to make time with him. And dude, she's right there in lingerie. And she looks pretty good after having a baby. And she got a sex swing up, which, come on, dude. Any dude in his right mind would take the chance at that. So I don't actually know what's going on in his brain. What I think it is probably what happened with Kelly too. Which, he has 6 kids with Kelly. He might have just did the same thing. Didn't really want to do anything with her after he got her, tied down and impregnated. So, some guys like to tie you down with that. Anyway, so he goes in and talks, I guess to the, what do they call it when they do the interviews? He's telling that person that's doing the interview that, married life is different. Feels like I have a lot more responsibility. Like I make sure bills are paid and provide and everything. Dude, you had 6 kids. You had 6 kids by the same person. Like, you didn't think you had to provide for those 6 kids, or the woman that was probably staying home because she couldn't work because she had to take care of your 6 kids. But you feel more responsibility now that, I get it. Yeah, I guess marriage makes you feel different. But, dude, you still had a lot of responsibility before you even ever got married. Marriage didn't make a difference. You still had to be responsible for them. But apparently in your little bird brain, Shawn thinks that, a piece of paper, means he actually has to take care of the people that he makes babies with, and take care of the babies of that. I don't know. That guy, every time he opens his mouth, my head hurts. Anyway, so Sara, she's of course upset. She's like, Shawn make time for everybody else but me, apparently. Shawn doesn't want to have sex. It all changed after she had the baby because he used to do it a lot, apparently. So, yeah, we see where she's upset. So, in the next episode, we see, or not episode, the next scene, because there's only 2 scenes they had in the show. We see her getting ready, or I'm sorry, we see her fixing a sandwich with no bag for Shawn that's coming down like, oh, okay, I love you. Girl, I wouldn't even fix him that sandwich. I would have not. If he sat there and I got all dolled up and got my mama to put in a sex swing, I mean, and he didn't want to do anything, then yeah, he wouldn't have got no sandwich. Mm-mm. He would have been fixing his own sandwich, or that sandwich would have ended up on really burnt toast. Like burnt. But anyways, he leaves. She gets her mom to come over saying she's going to go to the store. So she needs her mom to watch her kid. So her mom's like, hey, what are you getting all dolled up? Just go to the store. And she's like, well, I never get to feel better about myself. So, I want to go, look nice, at least at the store, which, is true. If you've been taking care of a baby and everything, you ain't trying to get good looking for the baby, and if your husband is sitting there not even wanting to pay attention to you in a sex swing, you might as well look good for everybody at the grocery store. But that wasn't what Sara was looking good for. Sara was apparently going to meet her ex, who is her the father of her child. Now, this shows us a couple pictures in here about, showing the father of a child. And compared to Shawn, I know the pictures are old, but compared to Shawn, I mean, no. Yeah, I'm not going to even say anything. Just compare that to Shawn. So... she's going to go meet this guy. She's like, well, she wants to talk to him about, how he's doing and if he wants to be a part of her daughter's life, which is good. But she says she's not telling Shawn. And she basically says, Shawn doesn't really care for this guy. So, I see it there. Of course, he's the ex, a lot of people are going to be that way, but still, if he hasn't done anything to you, Shawn, then whatever. But apparently he hasn't taken care of his kid, or I don't know, maybe. From but he hasn't seen her because she said her daughter doesn't know who her dad is. So I'm just gonna take a wild jump and say he probably hasn't taken care of his kids, so I can see why Shawn wouldn't like him. But again, Shawn didn't take care of his kids, so Shawn doesn't really have any room to talk, now that I think about it. So anyways, she ends up talking about how she's going to go see him, and she don't care if Shawn doesn't like it. She don't care if, because she doesn't feel like she's in a marriage. Shawn doesn't do all, these things to make her feel like she's married, so his opinion doesn't really matter. Which in the end, girl, if you want to be better than the other person that you're hating on, then you have to be better. You can't go to their level. So that's how I feel about it. I mean, personally, if I want to hold something over your head, I'm going to be an angel. So if she wants to hold that whole thing over Shawn's head at one point, the whole going to meet your ex thing and not telling them is not really a good idea if you want to look like you're doing everything right in the relationship. But anyways, I don't really care for Shawn because he seems, from what the show shows and what Kelly says, it doesn't seem like he's ever really been there for his kids, and just kept on holding Kelly on a leash, which, at one point she could have let go of that leash, but it seemed like he was just kept on making babies with her and promising her things, and it's not, it never came true for her, because she did seem pretty upset at that wedding about not getting married when Sara did. So anyways, that's the end of it. Sara walks into a coffee shop, I guess, to go meet her ex. So I guess next week we're going to find out what happens from there. So anyways, this was Raunchy Reality Recaps. We also have a couple videos coming as well. That's going to be Justine and Michael. What's her face? I can't remember the other one, but Justine and Michael, we're going to have that. Monique and Derek as well. And the other jailbird that's been in out and was with Deontay. Lindsay, yes. Lindsay and Blaine, that's the ones we're going to have as well. And I think there's another one on there. Taylor and Chance. Yeah, so I'm going to try to bring those all to you within the next couple days. Again, I'm going to also try to go back and do couple videos of just, explaining all the different couples as well as different shows. So if you have any suggestions, please let me know in the comments. Again, thanks, and thank you for watching.